Hello everyone. So today we are going to implement this giant sky beam effect using Niagara effect system in Unreal Engine 5. So yeah, this is what we worked on last time in the Niagara system, the model. So yeah, let's see how to implement this giant sky beam. So here is the preview. Alright, okay, now first let's go to our FX folder, create a new Niagara system, FX Niagara system, and I'll use new system from a template, and let's choose this. New system from selected emitters. Let's choose this fountain and NS sky beam. Alright, so this is what we have, this is what we get. Now first thing is let me disable gravity. So this is the first initial beam part, where the beam that emits from this from the earth to the sky. So we don't need a gravity here, so I'll keep it like this. I'll disable the gravity because it should shoot up to the sky. And this add velocity in cone. I'll reduce this cone angle to something like 2 and increase the velocity, I don't know, 1000 to 1200, and particle size I'll make this non-uniform, X size 10, maybe 50, and Y size should be longer, 200, but this should orient towards the movement. So here under sprite render alignment, I'll set to velocity aligned. So now we do have a beam like thing. Let me put this not here, maybe somewhat away from the character so that we can get a sense of the scale. I think it should go higher, so let's increase 2900 to 2100. Okay, what else? Lifetime. This lifetime may be fine. Alright, so this is the first part, and I think for the beam part this is okay. The next part is that umbrella like thing. So to implement that, I'll add another emitter again, yeah, empty emitter. We have the sprite renderer, no, not an empty emitter. Let's use the fountain again. Right, now here let me disable the gravity. So here we don't need an upward particle velocity, so I'll disable this add velocity in cone, and this should spawn around the beam. So I'll disable this sphere location and add torus location. like this. Okay, and these particles should get shot outward from the center. Handle radius, what if I reduce this to like 5? Okay, so how to make them have a velocity to get shot away from this ring? So we can use the same method we used for this Doctor Strange style particle system we worked on. Here torus origin is particle position. Okay, let's add velocity and let's change this to a scratch dynamic input. So here, you know, this in this torus location, torus axis is Z1, that means the axis is upward. So at this point x is -1 in the local space, and at this point x is +1, and at this point x is 0, y is -1. Similarly, in the other side here, x is 0, y is +1. So if I connect the local position x to the y and y to the x of the velocity vector, we can have a velocity that's get shot away from this ring. So to do that, first we need to have the local position of each particle. So first I'll add particle position. So for some reason we don't get the local location here, so in order to get the local location, I'll add owner position as well, and then subtract the particle position from the owner position. Now we get the local position, and let's break this. Oh wait, vector, right, break vector, and let's make vector. So as I said, x should go into y and y should go into x, and we don't need any z velocity because there should not be any velocity in the z direction. Apply. Now you can see this is the velocity we get. So here it is in this advanced options. If I scale x component with -1, now you get a velocity that is moving, that makes particles moving away from the ring. Yeah, and this is correct. This is what we need. And let's multiply this vector with a float, so that it should be -1, so that we can speed up this as we want. See, right now in order to get the look we need, let's go to the initialize particle and set the particle scale to non-uniform, and let's use a scale like 20, and this should look more like a stripe, so 400. Okay, this doesn't look good, but let's orient this towards the velocity. Okay, Okay, how does this look in the world? Right. Right, so these should be scaled up as they move away. So that means here scale. Do we have a scale? No. Scale sprite size. I'll turn this into a curve. Vector 2D from curve. Right. So initial scale is 1, both x and y, and when it closer to the end, the scale should be much larger. Let's try 20. Okay, looks out for both x and y. Right. Okay, now we do have something. Now this should spawn at the top of this beam. So to make that happen, here in the torus location, we have the torus origin here. Let's add a vector to this. Oh wait, let me copy this parameter we have, particle position, and add vector. For the first parameter, I'll paste that one, so it will have the same particle position. And for this head, let's add 2000. So it is spawning at the top, like that. Right. Now these should fall down as they move away. So to make that happen, I'll enable gravity, but it should be much smaller. So maybe -98. Okay, and it should cover a large area of the sky. So I'll make the lifetime somewhat higher. Instead of this, like 5, 6. Right. Maybe we can increase this velocity a bit. 10. Right, now it looks actually better. So the next step is we need to have some cloud-like texture here instead of having this plain color. So to get that texture, we have this default material here, which is here. So I'll make a copy of this material in my local project, default sprite material. Let's copy M. So I need to have some noise, sprite noise, and I'll use this material here. So now this is the material. So but we do have noise texture in the starter content. Let's import it here and multiply both MCU color and opacity. Even if you use only one of the channels, it will be fine. So now we have some cloudy look here. So let's see. Now we have some nice effect. Good. So the next step is colors. And now colors. Let's have some yellow. Maybe some red, yellow. Okay. And okay, let's see how this looks. It looks too bright in the sky. What if I reduce this like 0.2? So I feel like we should see this much. We don't see this enough. So maybe this is scale color node. Let's keep the visibility a bit longer. Somewhat like this. Right, now it is visible a bit further. Right, and we need some brighter sprites around the center other than this low colored ones. So how can we do that? Let me duplicate this one again, and here I'll reduce the lifetime a bit lower, like 0.3 and 3. Right, and let's increase this value. Should be much brighter, and it looks bad because of the scaling. So we can have a scale, a much smaller scale for X and Y, something like this, but this doesn't look alright. So when it go further away, these should become longer. These brighter parts should become longer. So how can we do that? Here we have the scale sprite size. Y. Let me hide X. Y. Let's make this like 100. Now they do become larger, longer compared to X. That's the X. It should. For X it seems fine, but for Y, let's make this smooth. Wait, why is this not smooth? Me hide X. Alright, now it's working. Okay, now this is how it looks. What if I increase the spawn rate? Oh, here I think we should have a higher spawn rate for the first one. Let's try 200. Okay. And the small one should have much higher. Right, now it looks like something, but this one, let me further reduce. Okay. Right, but I think these brighter parts should decay before they reach this level. So the brighter parts should limit much closer to the center. So for that, scale color, wait, we can move this closer. Alright, that looks good. Okay, so umbrella part looks good enough, I think. Right, now let's change this beam color to a closer color than white. Right, this seems good. Okay, I'm gonna stop this episode right here, and I'm satisfied with this look. So here is the final version. This is our 𝐒𝐻𝐵. And thanks for watching. As always, project files will be available here for the download in Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon Club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.